For everybody who don't know, this is my mother. This is my mother. My mother's in the stream. This is the first time my mom ever came to a stream, and of course she would come to the stream where her boys is in it.
Right. Talking about this young guy's name has came up several times. This Killian Hayes rookie card. The first person in the comment can tell me where this guy played at before he came over here to the U.S. to get drafted. If you can tell me the team that he played for overseas in the comments, you get this card. The first person. Come on, Come on, Marco. Yeah, baby. Yes. Okay. We're going to do something back-to-back. We're going to give another one back-to-back. We got Isaiah Stewart rookie card. I got the question ready for you.
Beef stew.
Listen, Isaiah Stewart rookie card, man. We're not going to give away no trash here. We're going to give y'all away some stuff that you know that's going to be worth something. So, first person in the comments, right? If you can tell me what Isaiah Stewart's star rank coming out of high school, first person in the comment, you got this card. Isaiah Stewart.
Teal gang, all right. That's me all day long. Listen, I usually don't do current jerseys, right? But when they come back with these and that K Cunningham, you know, we got to get that right. But that man, listen.
That's it.
Listen.
That's it.
Listen.
I'll be back.
Listen.
That's it.
Listen. I need the teal back, please. We teal ganged out over here. I mean, you got the real like pony hair on there. Oh, look at King, y'all. Look at King. He had to go get his time office too, you know. But yeah, man. Listen.
You know, I had to, we had to bring these out.
You know. You know,
what up, though?
What up, though? What up, though? We three kings in the building. Let's get this thing kicked off. Eventful.
Yes, hey, listen, man. This seems to be a good weekend for Michigan sports, man. we kind of on a little bit of a roll, man. What's going on? Is something in the air?
Something in the air, man. Something in the air. Especially when the Lions win a game.
Oh, man. Listen, we're going to jump into that, man. But before we jump into that, of course, you know, we got to give a shout out to our sponsor, our official sponsor. It's Coach of Detroit. Like I said, they located on the Avenue of Fashion down on Livernois, address 19327 Livernois. Go in there, man. They take care of all your exclusive sneaker needs. You buy, sell, and trade. Check them out on Instagram, man. They got an Instagram page. You want to check out what they got going on. They always got great deals, exclusive shoes. You can buy, like I said, buy, sell, and trade. They also got to where you can pre-order some of these exclusive things that's coming out. So once again, just give a shout out to our sponsor, Coach of Detroit. They're our official sponsor of Week 3 Kings. So, we got the Lions that we're going to jump off with. Going on, and of course, you know, so one of our kings out here, he'll be joining us shortly, man. He, you know, take care of some family matters, but he'll be on in a little bit. But we're gonna get into it, talk about these Lions, man. They snatched victory from the depths of defeat today, something that we're usually in reverse about. So, King, go ahead and say what you got your piece on that one, man.
Oh boy! I know the fan base was happy to see at least one win happen today, man. But boy. We did everything in our power not to win this game in the second half, man. Just got to be honest about it. You know, like I said, a win is a win. It's a game of inches, you know, all of that. That's all, you know, fine and dandy, man. But, some of the decision making and some of the play from, of course, QB1 was, it was just terrible. It was terrible today, and let's just be honest about it. It was terrible. Dan Campbell, you got Jared Goff at quarterback, so it's not really much you can really do in that situation. But if you're going to make the decisions out there, when to go for it and when to take timeouts, I'm saying, I need you to be crisp with that at least, because that has nothing to do with the talent out there on the field. To be honest, those decisions that he made today, like I said, I'm not going to dig too deep on it, but I just felt like we shouldn't have went for it on the fourth down. I just knew something was going to happen, and the worst thing possible actually happened. But then at the same time, Jared Goff, man, continues to stare guys down, tried to throw the ball to Hockenson with 4 guys covering him when he had somebody on the opposite side of the field wide open. It's just the same continuing issues, man. And, like I said, at the end of the day, we won the game. That's fine and dandy. 1 win. We don't have to see 16-1, but, it still was a bad game. It definitely was a bad game in the second half, man. So, like I said, good first half, bad second half. That's what I thought about it.
Yeah, and that's, what I'm going to piggyback off too, because like I say all year round, the Lions never have a complete game. It's either one half or the other. We could never have a complete game. First half, Goff looked like an actual quarterback, hitting them seams with them tight ends, and it looked good. But then, like you said, okay, we got to come out in the second half and thinking that we're going to build off that momentum, and they just went on and just laid the egg. It's like you said, they was basically looking like they were trying to lose the game. Like they're saying, listen, we won the first half. That's good enough for the fans. I actually went to sleep and dozed off the second half because I felt what was coming on like everybody else did. I felt what was coming on. I'm just going to take a nap, and when I wake up, I'm going to see that, of course, Minnesota came back and going to take the lead, in which they did. They came back and took the lead. I thought that last series in which they were just going to run the clock and kick a field goal like everybody do to the Lions this year, which I didn't think they wanted to score so quick.
Yeah.
But they did it anyway, which I'm glad that they did, because it gave us an opportunity to try to win this game. But to be all honest with you, we didn't feel that they were going to pull it out.
Yeah.
And they did. So I'm thankful for that. Like I said, we're not like we gotta celebrate that. We definitely because we've been down on the Lions all year round. We know they're a terrible team. We've been harping for a victory all year round, and they've been so close. And this was a great opportunity. They were at home. Minnesota was depleted defensively. A lot of their starters wasn't playing. Adam Thielen, he went down. So everything was in place for us to get that victory today, because normally that will be us. Either we have a lot of injuries, a couple of key players go down. And we also got to remember that we did this also without our key player, which is DeAndre Swift.
Right.
So to say the least, like I said, it's a victory. We don't have to look at that in front of that record anymore. And it's just good to have that monkey off your back. And it's good to see bits and pieces of things that can build towards the future. Secondary, wise, Jerry Jacobs, he's turned out to be a steal. Now, he's developing well. I mean, I would say the whole secondary, the cornerbacks really have really shown up this season. So that's a great benchmark to go ahead that, we are drafting and developing these young guys, giving them opportunities. So that's definitely we look forward to seeing that. Mostly with these games, we're looking forward to seeing the defense because offensively, we don't have too much to look forward to. Well, I would say today, St. Brown, he had a great game today.
Yeah.
Of course, Hockenson, he got on track because Goff finally started throwing some balls up the field instead of what he normally do. Mr. Checkdown came and throw it. And it's crazy because you see when you watch the game and the pockets start to break down, the first thing he looked for is like, who is 1 yard by me?
Say safety blanket immediately, man.
And immediately, it's like extending the play. He doesn't look up the field. Once it breaks down, I got to go to my safety blanket and check it down. So he's a check down king for sure. And it gets irritating to watch because you see, like, listen, you don't have that ability to extend plays. You're not making nothing, make us say, okay, we got us a leader at the quarterback. You just say, I'm just going to dump it off and give up quick. And that's something that a characteristic that I would want as a quarterback.
Yeah, man. And, like I said, speaking to the future, you know what I'm saying? You look at their secondary right now, they're doing all of this without a legit pass rush, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's just even better. Like I said, Aaron Glenn is maximizing what he can get out of this defense. Some of the guys that we got on at the beginning of the season, we just got to give them their props now. Guys like Anzalone, you know what I'm saying? For what it's worth, been pretty solid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, of course, our young guys out there, you mentioned Jacobs, which is going to end up being being an undrafted player. At the same time, Derek Barnes showed up today. Derek Barnes made some plays today. So, it had some opportunities for Oruwariye to get some picks today. Just couldn't come down with the ball. So,
exactly. And Barnes got some playing time today because Reeves Maben was out today. So, that's good for him because, like I said, he's shown to be, a good playmaker. So is Harris as well.
Yeah, Harris too, man.
There's some potential there. On this defensive side, they're young and inexperienced, but getting them that playing time, of course, you can see the potential that we have that on the defensive side, going into next season should be more solidified, because of that, that I believe the back portion of it is going to be much better. We just got to figure out what we're going to do with the up front, particularly, like I said, at the ends, because I'm gonna say Trey Flowers is going.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to cut him, get rid of him. I don't care. He's been a waste of money since he's been here.
Yeah.
He's basically stole the contract because he hasn't been seen since he's been a Detroit Lion. And like I said, I think their focus should be focusing on in free agency and in the draft. Part of it is getting that front four stronger. Get some depth and get some activity up in that front four to help out that back end because, like you said, linebacker is not bad.
No, they're not bad. No.
They're just not protected.
Yeah. And then at the same time, like I said, our linebacker core, they just, those guys are usually mostly second team guys on some of the best teams in this league. So, you know what I'm saying? We just need some studs to plug in places to elevate everybody else's game on all three levels of that defense, man. It starts with the edge rushing and puts the pressure on the quarterback. And until we can do that, man, we just gonna have to rely on these young guys to do what they look who it is to do what they do. And on the offensive side of the ball,
coming on here grunting.
Obviously on the offensive side of the ball, we got guys like St. Brown. We have our Hawkinsons and our Swifts. We just need that number one receiver. We don't have a number two receiver, to be honest.
Right.
So we got to add to that receiving core, man. And of course, it's all gonna at the end of the day be up to QB1. So once we get rid of Jared Goff, we can really start to look forward to trying to win some football games, man. Because we just ain't gonna do it with this guy. This guy just can't get out of his own way. Like I said, just continuously missing guys out there at quarterback, doesn't want to throw the ball down the field at times. So we can't have a timid quarterback. We can't have a Ben Simmons playing quarterback. You know what I mean?
Right. And with him, it's just like they were saying, they were saying that, McVay hid some of his defaults over there just by the scheme that they had going on over there with the Rams.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that luxury here. Because this is a new scheme that he's getting into, new coaching. Everything is fresh. So right now, you with him supposed to be the veteran quarterback that he is, we supposed to rely on his talent and his veteranship to be able to get us through. And that hasn't been seen. Like, he's supposed to be a leader amongst everybody else because basically he's like the senior most person on the Lions offense.
He's giving me Corey Joseph vibes.
Hey, you better stop.
Leave Corey Joseph alone. Leave Corey Joseph alone. But like I said, we go. There's something that we have to continue to, build on and work on with the draft. Like I said, we need some in rushers, and this current draft, we got a couple of guys coming out that we got a chance to get.
Yeah.
One in particular is up there in Ann Arbor that is looking mighty good right now.
Yeah, just on that situation, man, with the Hutchinson situation, like I said, this thing. Well, of course, he's not going to win the Heisman now. That's Young's all day.
Yeah.
But like I said, he still ain't finished playing football. We finna hit the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when he go out there in these playoffs and show up, man, that gives that should solidify him. You know what I'm saying, as that guy to be drafted number 1 overall for the Lions, because the Lions will have the number 1 pick. I don't care what no one believes.
Exactly.
We'll have the number 1 pick.
For sure. Well, while we're here, let's go ahead and give a shout out to the guys that's in the chat with us, man. Chuck Brewer, what's going on, man? Craig Jockman, what up, though? Assassin King, man, what's going on with you? Joshua Austin, love to see you back, my brother. Of course, you always first. 0-16, man, you got to change the name now. We got a victory today. And you can't hate me now. What's going on? Glad you guys are joining us today, man. Of course, we jumping in talking about this Lions victory, man. Big A joined in late, man. You got any input when it comes to this victory today, my brother?
Well, before I was like, hey, man, win a couple games, and so that the other idiot teams can take Thibodeau first. But hey, man, don't mess this up for me. I switched the hat, man. We have to get Aiden Hutchinson, man. I just piggyback off of what you guys are saying. St. Brown he's an athlete, man. But right now he can't be the number 1. Let's put some other weapons around here and let him just flourish without having to. Because you must believe he's going to be taking him and Hawkinson is going to get the after what he did today. He's going to get a lot of look as far as the defenses. But
also, Josh Reynolds, he had some good looks today too. So
yeah,
with this team, because I'm not sure what the situation is going to be with Goff. In order for he needs weapons. He needs all the weapons he can get. You seen that when he was playing with the Rams. He's going to need every single weapon just to have a chance.
But my thing is, he had all the weapons over there with the Rams, and he still couldn't get it done. He just ain't. He's just not good, man. I mean, simple as that, dude. He had the top defense. He had tons of weapons. He had a run game, pass game. He could throw all to guys all over the field, and he still couldn't get it done with the Rams. So us thinking he was gonna come to Detroit and get it done, that ain't happening, man.
No.
Like I said, we could find a quarterback. The second and third round. Well, I'm on some third round stuff, man. In this draft, let's try to get somebody, but I ain't into wasting that first pick or our second round on a quarterback in this draft, man. Because you got to think this, right? So whatever quarterback we get, Goff only gonna be here another year. So that quarterback that we get, he gonna spend next season with Goff, and then you're gonna look for a veteran quarterback, or you're gonna be playing that guy that you got in this draft.
Right.
And ain't none of these guys ready to go.
Well, that's a good thing that we can get, like you said, try to get a quarterback. Either that second round or third round pick to let them sit and develop. And I think the problem with the NFL is that even with the guys that's coming out in the first round, they're not giving these guys a chance to develop. They're just throwing them to the wolves and the fire on these bad teams. And these quarterbacks is out there losing, the momentum and losing, what they have because they're not putting it into a right situation. Because, all these good quarterbacks coming from stellar programs, and then they just throw them in and say, oh, because you were drafted, in the top 10, you should play the first snap. And it's like, where's the development coming in at for these young guys? And then they lose their confidence and they shell themselves and they never get a chance to develop. So I would say, yeah, with the Lions, especially with the Lions, if it's not that second round pick, because it will be our third pick, go into the third round, try to get us a quarterback that we can develop, man, and work with and give him a chance to sit and look and watch and get himself better for the NFL. Because, like I said, we're going to need it. because I'm pretty sure with the Lions' luck by next year, we're not going to get another first round pick where we can come out and get a Bryce Young or a Stroud or either one of these other quarterbacks that's going to come out next year.
But see, this is the thing you got to think.
That lucky.
But this is the thing you got to think too. We'll have 2 more first round picks next year.
That's true.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Not to even go look for a quarterback in this draft. Like I said, unless somebody fall to that 3rd or 4th round, okay. But yeah, I wouldn't even do it. It's really nobody. Or we got a lot of other issues that we can tackle. As far as defensive wise, and as far as getting some pass catchers in here. You know what I'm saying?
I would say it's all up to the Detroit Lions and how fast they want to try to win some games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's up to that because, like I said, Jared Goff is going to play next year just based off his contract. But
exactly,
only if the Lions are willing to sit him, is pretty much no reason for you to go out and spend a high pick on the draft pick this season. And even though you see a lot of mock drafts, I was looking at Chat Sports today with them taking a quarterback with one of the later first round picks. I don't think that's going to happen whatsoever. So, like I said, to me, I would just wait until the following draft. I wouldn't go in this draft. But if you have somebody fall to you, it's nothing wrong with it if somebody falls and it's a good pick.
Right. Hey, the Lions gonna mess around and get Jake Moody, the kicker, with their 2nd first round pick.
Kicker out of Jerusalem.
I was gonna get us a kicker, man, for sure.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? Let's I think it's enough to talk about the Lions, man. What y'all think, man? Is it time yet, man? Can we get to the meat of the matter, man? Will we all come here for? Can we do it? Is it time?
Let's take some questions first. Let's take some questions.
Go ahead, man. Let's get some questions.
Let's take some questions. Y'all got some Lions questions, and in the meantime, I want you guys to take the time to make sure you like and share this video, if possible, to your social media outlets, man, so we can get some more people in here and and enjoy this party we having this weekend, because a lot of our teams are doing good as far as this week. So, help us celebrate. And another thing I want to mention, make sure you guys, you Lions fans in here, download Lions Nation Unite. Download the app. Make sure you get the app, man. And, like I said, all of us content creators are on there. We put special videos on there. We have chats on there during game day. So make sure you guys download the app. So let's take some of these questions, man.
Yeah, Nomas J just dropped the question: who was worse, Dan or Goff today? I would say Dan.
No.
I give it to Dan.
Goff.
I say Dan because his management.
It was bad.
Based off of what happened the last game with them timeout situation, as a coach, you're supposed to learn from that. And he's been still making rookie head coach mistakes. And as much as we can give it to Goff all day, every day, I would get a slight edge to Dan today, man. It looks like, brother, you was trying to not let us win this game today with a couple of the play calls and the timeout situation that, we was almost about to lose this game. So I would lean towards Dan for sure.
Yeah, he hitting that learning curve, man.
Of course. And that's the thing about it is, like, we got, a rookie head coach, and then we got the type of quarterback that we have. It was a recipe for us not being successful,
right,
to begin with, because of the type of, head coaching that we had coming in here. So,
and that's why I say, I agree with King, man. It's like, let's not even look at that quarterback position in this draft, man, because we have too much that we, have the other things to address. Now, next year.
Go ahead and answer that question right there from Joshua. He said, who do you looking at in 2023, Stroud or Young?
How is that even a question?
Young all day.
Young all day.
What the line?
Stroud, he's a quality quarterback when he's protected. But his
system.
Exactly. And he's a system quarterback.
Exactly.
And even Alabama, most of them, for one, Alabama and Ohio State quarterbacks in the NFL hasn't had a great track record. So to have them two right now is kind of like iffy. But I will pick Young just because his inability to move outside the pocket.
And I was just about to say that because listen, we can all sit back there with 7 seconds or 8 seconds and find somebody to throw to when you got these speedy receivers. But the catalyst to that is your playmaking ability on the go. And Young won the Heisman this weekend because of that.
He did. Yes, he
because
did.
of that.
And another thing, what the Lions need to be focusing on as far as this draft is not quarterback, but what you need to do. You should go and sign a solid backup, at least for now.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do, and stop bringing in these janitors, man. Go get a solid backup.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that because even then, when you go into the draft next year and you go get your quarterback, you got this backup who's been in the system for about a year. You know what I'm saying? Because like we're literally we have no choice but to play golf because of the money that he's getting paid, and that's why I say don't even think quarterback unless Matt Corral or somebody fall to you, which ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But we need to defense, get some pass catchers in there. You know, yeah, man. You know, we can this draft for us, you know, we can answer a lot of things from the pass rushing to linebackers to strengthening up the secondary, back to receivers, and getting some more line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't even worry about quarterback. You know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even worry about quarterback.
Like I said, it's so many other things we can do. Like I said, right now our second pick in the draft is hovering around the 23 spot right now.
Right.
So I'm probably sure the Rams at least lose another game or two. But you know, with that said, around that 20 to 23 range, man, the Lions got some legit options that just might be able to fall to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I said, I don't want them to, you know, like I said, this quarterback thing, man, like I said, unless you get some crazy chance where a guy falls to you, you got some legit chances to plug some big holes that this team has, especially on defense. You to add studs on the defense.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
This is what people got to realize, right? So we already know, like we talking Aiden Hutchinson and they talking Thibodeau, right? But if you're really watching this season, man, like we literally got some studs that can fall down there to that later pick. Which you got George Kalafis coming from Purdue, then you got DeMarvin over there at Texas A&M. So we could literally go ahead and get us two studs at defensive end. But then you also got the linebacker spot, which we know we need linebackers. Nakobe Dean can fall to us at that later pick, man. You know.
Speaking of that, you mentioned something early to me. Let's talk about this this Devin Bush thing, man. You think the Lions should go and take a look at Devin Bush?
I do.
Well, you know, like I said, he still has a year left. So after next year, yeah, of course,
I do.
You know, we should take a look. We should take a look at anybody with some athletic ability.
We haven't had that guy at linebacker since Levy. You know what I'm saying? I do. I most definitely do.
Yeah. We know you do. Of course, we know you do.
Pittsburgh don't want to pick up his 5-year option or whatever the case is, and they might be trying to deal him. You know what I'm saying? If they're already coming out saying they're not going to pick up his 5-year option, that means he going to be on the table for some trades, man.
Hey, they need a quarterback. You want a quarterback?
We got who you telling? You know? Who you telling? Man. I throw a third rounder for Devin Bush to come here. You know, we done seen some of these guys go for less than that. You know, bring Devin in here. Let that man, please. I'll do it. And that's another thing. Lions need to get in this free agent market and start acting like we don't need people, man.
Yeah, like I said, it's sign some solid free agents.
Yeah, but you know, we got the force running the organization.
Yeah, we keep bringing in everybody else's garbage, man. That's what we do.
No more Patriots, man.
Exactly. But anyway,
Y'all want to run through the scores before we switch?
Ooh.
Yeah, go ahead and run through them. Give me one.
Okay, I got them up. So let's go. Oh, we got the Broncos and Chiefs. They tied up 0-0, 8 minutes and 54 seconds in the first. We got the Broncos beating the Falcons 30. I mean, the Buccaneers beating the Falcons 30-17. You got the Cardinals with Kyler Murray coming back beating the Bears 33-22. You got the Chargers beating the Bengals 41-22. Then you got the Lions, of course, beating the Vikings 29-27. Then you got the New York Giants losing to the Dolphins 20-9. Oh, you got the Eagles who beat the Jets today 33-18. Then you got the Colts shutting out the Texans 31-0. Then you got Washington, man, beating the Raiders 17-15.
Yeah, they pulled that.
Then you got the Jaguars losing to the Rams 37-7. Then you got the Ravens losing to the Steelers 19-20. Then you got the Seahawks beating the 49ers 30-23.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So we had some upsets today. We also had some comebacks. You know, Stafford had a good comeback game today. It was on the losing streak going in, so it's good to see them back on track. And I think they're about to get back on the roll again. So I believe Kansas City is in the midst of their role, getting on the roll.
Yeah, Kansas City getting healthy. They ain't dropping as many passes no more. But yeah.
Indeed. So you know what? I think we didn't beat around long enough, man. You know, we tried to pull it off for a while now, but I think it's time, man. Switch it back to the Scully because your man's need a haircut. But you know, we gotta switch the topics up, man. We're going back to what the meat of the matter is. Gotta talk Michigan football, of course, in dominating fashion. Yesterday, we pulled out the Big Ten championship, in which Michigan is the outright Big Ten champions of the season, and did it in such great fashion. It was an awesome game. It was an awesome experience to finally be able to see Michigan in the Big Ten championship on that platform in front of, millions of people who tuned in to see how dominating our guys can be, and just see more innovation come out of that offense yesterday. That it's starting to scare people. Now, of course, we're gonna get into it. The college football playoffs and the rankings, and I would say this: I'm not pleased with us being number 2. I felt that we should have been number 1, and of course, this whole SEC bias thing. I still feel that played a factor. We're saying that it didn't, but I felt that our guys should have been number 1 going into this college football playoffs. So yeah, we're gonna jump into that a little bit, man. Big A, man, what you think?
I am so sick of this SEC bias crap. You never had a team hop over a number 2 from the 3rd spot, even if they did beat the number 1 team, because the number 2 most definitely handled their business in fashion. But we knew this was coming. We had back on our show where we said Georgia ain't played nobody, right? But one thing I can say about this team, right? This team ain't been doing no complaining. They ain't been saying, "Oh, why us? We keep getting this." Listen, they done threw every shot that they can at this team. They even gave a team with a worse record than them gave they coach of the year. You know what I'm saying? A team that didn't even make it to the Big Ten championship. You know what I'm saying? A team to where a coach got it because he beat Michigan twice, right? This team ain't complaining. They ain't. If you go on the Instagrams and everything, they celebrated the win. But if you paid attention to what a lot of them was saying, from the coaching staff to the players, they all saying the job is not done. They were saying this on the field, in Indianapolis. The job is not done. So whatever they gonna throw at them, man, This team ready for it. They are ready for it. Listen, Bama got it. I mean, Georgia got exposed.
Yeah,
Georgia got exposed for not playing a team with an offense all year.
yeah.
Only
And
team you really played was Clemson, and that game was 10 to
and
3.
and once again, Big A, we talked about that last week.
Yeah.
When I mentioned up and we pulled up the teams, like we had to look at it again, like what team they played really offensively posed a threat. And
Right.
it gave the appearance that Alabama didn't stand a chance yesterday, and that wasn't the case. It was just that Georgia didn't play no offense to that caliber, and they got exposed when they did. When Bryce Young is able to set, and everybody said this defense was a once in a generation style type of defense. And you got Bryce Young setting the SEC championship record against you. That says something about this defense that everybody's always and it comes down to this SEC bias that everybody over exuberates how this SEC is so dominant. Now, they have been dominant. We have to give them that. They have been dominant over the years, but over these last several years, it's been some chinks in that armor. And there, especially this year, it wasn't shown to be that way. And Georgia really let us down. They really let us down yesterday with that game and letting Alabama come in and do what they did. Because, like, listen, everybody, I know I am, and Big A, you may contest this. I'm tired of seeing Alabama in the playoffs. It's time for some new blood. That was an opportunity to get some new blood. Of course, Michigan and Cincinnati, they are new to the college football playoffs, but it was an opportunity not to even have to deal with the Crimson Tide talk and Nick Saban in his face, for the next month or so. And Georgia, of course, like we said, Alabama is Georgia, Ohio State, as Ohio State was us as Michigan, and they just can't seem to get over that Alabama hump. And I think that was more the reason why they didn't put them playing right away, because
Listen, this is my thing with the committee, in which for whatever respect that I have for them, I don't have it no more, because the only reason why you jumped Bama is because you didn't want another Georgia and Alabama game. But hey, that's how the chips fell.
yeah,
It ain't our fault. It ain't our fault that Bama lost to an unranked team.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you totally forgot all about them losing to an unranked team, but somehow, they able to hop Michigan, who lost to a ranked team by
Top
only
10
by
ranked
4 points.
Top 10 ranked team at that.
You know what I'm saying? And we knew the circumstances of that game or whatever the case is, but whatever, it goes down as a loss. But after that, we done dominated everybody that they put in our path. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, these guys don't want to face us right now. We don't have to stay
and that's what I'm saying, because listen, our defense ain't bad neither. You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing that's getting me, because when it comes to Michigan, right? When we win, they try to minimize it so bad, but when Michigan loses, oh, it's so, oh my God, it's so this, it's so that, and it's so this, right? Listen,
they should go ahead and bury Jim Harbaugh because Michigan lost.
Yeah,
Paul Fittenbaum say he doesn't need to coach ever again, and all the hate and the naysay coming about. But change.
And now Fittenbaum is saying he should get Coach of the Year. And then this is where I go back to the Big Ten also, because even if you follow the Big Ten network on the Instagram page, they're posting highlights of the Michigan players, but not even following them. Like, how you posting the highlights of these players, but you're not even following? They wouldn't dare post the Ohio State highlight and not at that person. You know what I'm saying? It's just a disrespect. And I just go back to, you know what I'm saying? Michigan 12-1, blowout, and you gave somebody else in the Big Ten Coach of the Year.
Now I still say he deserve it.
Now, when this man win the national coach of the year, what we gonna say?
He deserved it. He deserved it. He deserved that. Yeah, he definitely deserved that. So it's going to be this college football playoff is going to be interesting. Well, of course, we're going to be facing Georgia that first game. I believe we're going to be going in as underdogs. The defense is solid. We're not going to take it away from them, but
give me a second, right? Let me get to this guy right here. He thinks somebody ignored. No, we're not ignoring you. We didn't ignore you when you barely beat LSU, who was unranked. We didn't ignore you when y'all barely beat Auburn, who was unranked. And we most definitely didn't ignore Alabama when they lost to Texas A&M, who was unranked. Listen,
we pay attention. We pay attention, of course.
Right, Bama. Listen, Bama, you're gonna get a little bit of leeway, right? Because of all the championships that you got, right? But listen, let's not act like y'all not recruiting at a higher level. I mean, y'all was doing NIL deals before the NIL came out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, saving.
Listen, we ain't gonna act like these boys ain't got no chinks in their armor now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on now.
Bama versus Bama, they're gonna come. They're well coached. Nick Saban, he's no joke. He don't play.
That's a shot at me right there. Yeah. But
they
did. Hey, New Mexico scored first though.
All right. At the same time, like I said, we living in and out, right now. And right now, this year, Alabama hasn't shown to be consistent, especially against teams they're supposed to usually blow out. And, they was skating by the hairs of their chin against sub 500 teams. And then they put it together, of course, in this championship game when they said, we was feeling like the underdogs. Yeah, you had a reason to, because just a week prior, you guys just skated by. If the boy didn't let them carry him out of bounds, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So, cheer on for Alabama. Of course, they got in, they got the number one team, but, we're going to see,
and if Michigan didn't get screwed in that Michigan State game, we wouldn't be having this conversation either.
Indeed. So we got a lot of what ifs, but we're going to see. I think, like I said, we're the hottest team going into the college football playoff right now. And,
but this is one thing you gotta look to. Oh, Bama just lost one of their top receivers too. You know what I'm saying?
Brother,
prayers up to that young man. Hopefully you have a speedy recovery. But let's not act like Michigan didn't play didn't just beat the. Hold on, this for you, King. The world famous Ohio State Buckeyes offense. Like, listen, that offense was the best offense in college. Listen,
the hottest offense in college. Mind you, how many points they put up against Michigan State the week prior, and then week prior to that, how many points it was. They was unstoppable. I don't think they even kicked, punted in the last two games. And
hey, remember this though. This is what we got to understand, right? No team in this playoff, from Georgia to Alabama or Cincinnati, has 3 first-round receivers that we just went against. No team from Alabama to Georgia or Cincinnati played an offense like that.
And you see what Georgia did when they played against somebody with an offense.
Exactly.
Everyone was saying this Georgia defense was like a once in a lifetime type of defense, and that's proven to be a bit of a fraud when we played.
On a roll, man. Stop, man.
When they played the boys, so most definitely it's something we gotta look at, be looking into. But let's talk about this game a little bit yesterday, man. That game was listen, Iowa. I said defensively wise, they're solid. They sold out on stopping the run. For the most part, they had a few success with doing so. Our line used to be dominant. They had a little bit of hard time getting up to the next level, blocking them linebackers, and them linebackers.
Well, that defensive tackle though, that D tackle was cheap, and they finally got him with a defensive hold,
Hey,
man.
that's as a defensive tackle. That's what you're supposed
I
to. That's how
know,
you
I
get away
know,
with that
but
tackle.
I know. I done been on some stunts,
But that's come with coaching. So I know the coaches seen that on film, so they ran up on the referees like, "Hey man, he holding our players back."
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, but throughout the game, they Michigan couldn't break loose, and you seen that. Like, listen, I was defensive solid, but offensively, they just didn't have it.
But
They relied.
as I was thinking more on that game too, when I was looking at it, right, and like you said, it looked like as if Michigan can break through. But I think more on the other point of was like, listen, we don't have to force anything.
Yeah,
These guys cannot score because the only thing they really look to is their defense to get takeaways and give them short fields. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, look, we ain't gotta force nothing because we already know that their offense can't do anything. I mean, you saw how dominant the defense was, man. I mean, it's like, listen, it was one point. It was second and like 23, right? That's clear passing down.
Yeah.
They ran two runs because they didn't even want to even put the quarterback in harm's way.
they knew
It was
they knew
like,
their they knew their limitations, and that's what
yeah,
Chris, he knew his limitations, and he say, and that's great coaching on his part. He said, "Listen, we're not going to force anything. We're going to allow on our kicker to pin you back, rely on our defense," in which there were some times where they got us down within the 10-yard line. We couldn't move the ball, and they got the ball back. That was their bread and butter. Has been their bread and butter almost throughout the season. Turnovers and pinning, the offensive deep to where they could rely on the strength of their strength, which is their defense, and it showed yesterday. But at the same time, we came through and persevered, with that.
I say, yeah, Carmen Pit Bull down in the back, man.
You muted your mic, Wills.
One thing I want to say while he get the pit bull under wraps. Hey man, let's make sure y'all hit them likes, them shares, and them subscribes. We still listen. The next raffle is gonna come at 500 subscribers, y'all. We got some big things coming. We got some big things coming. So make sure when you come in, hit that like, hit that share, and hit that subscribe, and also tell a friend. That next raffle, man, it's gonna be nice. But y'all make sure y'all get with King so we can get everybody, everything that all the stuff that they won. We still want to get that stuff out, and then once we get caught up on that, then we'll just be randomly dropping stuff. So
yeah, I got three drop offs this week coming.
And of course, man, we welcome everybody to come in. Like, you want to come in, talk your ish. We with the shits now. we gonna be here with y'all, man. So most definitely, that game yesterday, it was amazing just to be a part of that and watching, us flourish the way that we did and being dominant the way we did. It gave you that old feel back, that old Michigan feel back that that we're used to having. And it's been some years since we been able to say that, and it's finally feels good. It was amazing to me, to finally see that, to be a part of that that game yesterday. I wish I was able to get down there. I wanted to drive down there yesterday just to be in the midst of that environment, and looking forward to these this college football playoffs too. And I believe Michigan has a great chance. King, what you think?
Oh yeah, Listen, when we looking at these situations, man, Michigan is not getting the credit, right? And which is cool, because guess what, man? They even had doubters, with us going into this Iowa game. You know what I'm saying? And Iowa got a taste when they saw it, man. Like I was listening to some of the guys, their podcast, before the game and after the game, and they was even, man. We knew they were strong. We knew that was coming. But that speed, man, they even had the backup quarterback outrunning our starters on defense. You know what I'm saying? And the Blake Corum, man, the stop cut and to continue at the speed you were at when you stopped and cut, and them guys couldn't. And another thing, Mike Sanders still, man, the block. You know what I'm saying? JJ McCarthy down the field, man. Listen, this team is rolling, man. This team is rolling, dude. They went in there with a plan and was executed. You know what I'm saying? Now Iowa, a lot of their people tell me, oh, Michigan ran up the score. Listen, I think 42 was the mark anyway because of what happened in Oxford, right? I think that was the mark anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, we want to make sure that we give our condolences out to the families.
Most definitely.
And those lost to that tragedy. That was very tragic event, man. Prayers and condolences out to the families. Everyone in that community. They still got to. It's the after effect that we know we got to make sure we keep these people prayed for, because that's very traumatizing experience, especially for the kids that had to go back into the schools and try to get themselves back in order, and put themselves in a position to try to learn again and not have to worry about somebody coming in and doing something heinous like they did. So definitely, we send our prayers and condolences out to the families.
Let's give a moment of silence for them
again, of course, man. Moment of silence for the families that were lost. The young teens that were lost during that tragedy. Indeed. Yeah, I know I need a haircut.
Yeah, like I said.
So, go ahead. Go ahead, King. I see some people was asking whether we're gonna make a list. Was that a list for the raffle or the stuff that you still need to get delivered? I saw Nomis and James asked about that.
I got three people.
For the raffle,
I got three people I'm delivering to this week. If you in here right now, just let me know if you one of the people that didn't receive it, because I made the mistake of not scratching off some of the names. So if you're in here right now,
you guys can email, DM us, tag us, whatever. We'll respond.
Yeah, we want to make sure we get that stuff to y'all, because we got some stuff, man. We got some more stuff, man.
Most definitely. So, I think we should take a look at these bowl matchups. What y'all think?
Hey, yeah. Pull them up. Let's do that.
Let's take a look at these bowl matchups, man. Let's see. Well, of course, we can talk about the. Of course, we'll talk about the college football playoffs ones. We got Cincinnati going up against Alabama. Now, do you guys feel like Cincinnati got a chance up against Alabama? You guys can leave the comments too, man. And you think Cincinnati, because there was always question about if Cincinnati should be in the college football playoffs because their strength of schedule. But they won in dominating fashion yesterday too. So you guys think Cincinnati stands a chance up against the big mighty Alabama Crimson Tide? What you think, King?
Man. No. No, and no, man. No. Glad for Cincinnati, man, to get to this point, man. But yeah, the train stops here.
Listen, I'm pulling for an upset, but yeah, I do believe that of course, Alabama is Alabama. With this time off they got, they're going to make sure that they come correct. Nick Saban going to make sure they come correct. I can already see it now. Wide receivers just flying up the field, catching easy passes and making easy touchdowns. So yeah, I say I want Cincy to put them through a little bit, but I believe Alabama's going to take care of business.
Yeah, Alabama ain't going to play with them, man. And this is more where you're going to see the difference is up front. You're going to see that right away.
Yeah,
Cincinnati ain't got the big boys. It's not that we're not sleeping on them, but when you go to the tail of the tape, it starts up front. And that was another thing like they was talking about with Iowa. They were saying like a lot of them guys, it was like, man, I didn't realize, Michigan fronts on both sides outweighed our guys. a good 15, 20 pounds. That's a big difference. That's a huge difference. But the one thing I wanted to say before we get into this, I wanted to show y'all how we not playing with these raffles, right? And y'all know how we was giving it up last raffle when we did 100. You know, we gave away a lot of stuff, but I want to just show y'all we read up on some stuff. We got a Chris Duarte rookie. You know, we got another Chris Duarte rookie. You know, we got King's favorite player. You know, he just loves Jalen Green. You know,
Man, shut
we
up.
got that. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then we got the man himself. You know, Cade. That's one. Another Cade. That's two. Another Cade. That's three. We got another Cade. That's four. And then we got Trayvon Diggs rookie card. This man gonna be defensive player of the year. So make sure when y'all, like I say, like, subscribe, and share. Let's hurry up and get to that 500. We're gonna get these away.
Oh yeah, indeed. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So let's go ahead and get back to it. Of course, you know we got our matchup: Michigan against Georgia. That's gonna be you know, one of them defensive. We expect it to be one of them defensive games going into, you know, into that matchup. Michigan has a great chance. You know, of course, I know they're going to have Michigan as the underdog in that game, but
Georgia already at 7.5.
Yeah.
They giving them 7.5 points.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you know, we got a good chance. You know, with us being off these next couple of weeks, it gives Gaddis enough time to throw in some more of them wrinkles that he can, because you're gonna get more practice time now with these young, fast guys that we got with Edwards and Henning and Corum and Sanders. Still, the speed that you seen in that you know, that the championship game. Of course, McCarthy as well. So to be able to get some more packages and be able to get some more practice time with them guys and get them meshing, I believe. Listen, of course, I'm going with Michigan for the victory, man. What you guys think in the comments? You think Michigan got a chance, man? Let us know. King, what's your prediction on that?
It depends on how Michigan come out and establish themselves, man, with Georgia. Like I said, we can, you know, we run the ball. You know, it's our personality, but we got to throw the ball against Georgia, bro. We just have to. We got to throw that ball. We gotta hit them where it hurt. You know what I'm saying? We gotta, like I say, you got the blueprint on Georgia from Alabama. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, with Michigan being such a versatile team, man, you know, we can hurt you in many ways. So, you know, like
I think, you know, what the thing is, and we've been saying, like, they need to throw the ball more. If it comes to that point, I think Michigan would. We just haven't had to. You know, we really haven't had to. We haven't been put in a position where we were made to throw, and I believe that we could if we needed to. And I think we got, with this time off that we have, we're going to have some plays in there where we can, because like you said, tight ends is going to get more practice time.
Yep.
You know, McNamara going to get more practice time with the tight ends and the receivers, and of course, you know, the emergence of Edwards being able to catch out the backfield. That's going to be some more players in there. So passing game is there. It's just that we got explosive plays with this running game. We're able to move the ball and push through on that. Most definitely, listen. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And we just gonna keep on grinding with that, you know.
And this Georgia game, we most definitely gonna have to see more of a mixture with JJ.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just see it on the difference when Iowa blitzed JJ and McCarthy was able to get out. He almost threw a touchdown. Yeah. Like, dude had to pass and, you know, cause the PI. But we most definitely you know, I would like to kind of see some tempo from Michigan. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We did it a little bit in the Iowa game, but I would think if we get some tempo from Michigan to be able to tire out Jordan Davis, that's a big thing. That's a big thing, because Alabama did that. You know what I'm saying? It was like they caught him out there, because a big dude like that, you don't want him out there on third down. He ain't rushing no quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And you can get that guy to stay out there, man. You really got just a person who out there. You know what I'm saying?
I believe more of that would be, like I said, when you get McCarthy in there, he can do that tempo because if the play does break down, he has the inability to escape and extend the play. So definitely that's going to be a good matchup. So let's go ahead and get to some more matchups. Utah and Ohio State in the Rose Bowl.
Utah
is going to give Ohio State a little bit of run, but I'm can't even say it.
Got that nasty taste in your mouth.
I'm sorry. I was about to say it. Listen, the professional in me was going to go ahead with it, but I had to, the Michigan in me just had to stop myself and say it.
Listen, y'all know how Big A is, right? You would never. I don't care if Ohio State was playing Eastern Michigan. I'm rolling with Eastern Michigan, and that's the same thing when it comes to little brother. Who not even, I don't know why they think they're a rival to us. It's not even close. Notre Dame is more of a rival to Michigan. If Sparty was playing Cincinnati, I'm rolling with Cincinnati. So
it is what it is, man.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Then we got Michigan State playing Pittsburgh in Peach Bowl.
Listen. State don't have trouble. Pittsburgh loves to throw the ball. Their receiver, I think he's like top 5 in touchdowns in the nation, yards. They like to throw that ball. State gonna have trouble.
Indeed.
They gonna have trouble.
Let's see. We got let's go check this matchup out. Notre Dame and Oklahoma State in the Fiesta Bowl. What y'all feeling on that?
And again, them two.
Oklahoma State.
Them two. Gang on site. Never go for the ops. Oklahoma State. I'm glad they lost their coach.
The Catholic boys over there. I can't root for them. So yeah, of course, Oklahoma State. Even if I'm not.
Hey, but listen,
Oklahoma State can pull that off anyway.
I do too, because the one thing that Oklahoma State got is a defense. They got a defense. It was just their quarterback threw 4 interceptions. You ain't winning nothing like that. Yep.
Yes, indeed. But listen, that game with Michigan State, said Kenny Pickett, if he put up numbers, he look good, that could, raise his draft. Hey, man, for real.
We talked about this right here, that fake slide. Listen, I'm against it because the defensive person in me is not fair to where you're making me hold up because I don't want to face a target.
Or
you know what I'm saying?
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Forget the unsportsmanlike conduct. It's the targeting, because when a lot of times where these targeting has been coming, it's been on the quarterback sliding and the defensive player going for the hit. And what they do, helmet to helmet. Exactly. To me, it's just not fair. It's not fair.
So most definitely they're gonna visit that, because if he's looking like he's gonna give himself up, of course, when he starts to give himself up, that's where he starts to slide. That's where it's supposed to end at. And I think, he got away with one yesterday, but they're going to fix that. They're going to, because quarterback seeing that yesterday, it's like, oh, we can do that.
Exactly.
And they're going to try to do that. So they're going to nip that in the bud for sure. But that was smart on his part, though. I give him credit for that one, because it hasn't been done like that.
Dax most definitely will be on Bowers. So
Bowers is a beast, man. If you watch the Alabama-Georgia game, Brock Bowers was there. So they definitely, he's a big guy. He's a big guy, and he was their whole game, their whole offense in that game yesterday. So definitely we'll be paying attention to him. He's a nice tight end. I wouldn't mind seeing him on the Lions in a later.
No, we don't already drafted a tight end from Georgia.
I didn't
say that blasphemy.
I didn't say first. Yeah. I didn't say first. Now I didn't say first. No, I said later on in the picks. The boy looked nice, man. You can match him up with the best tight end in the world, Hockenson. Yeah. Okay, let's get back. Let's get back to it. Listen, another matchup: Ole Miss and Baylor.
Ole Miss.
All day.
I like Matt Corral, man.
I'm gonna go with Baylor.
Hey, one thing. Hey, y'all, let's get these likes up. Up.
Like, subscribe, share. Let's get some shout outs, man. Also to these guys that's joining us. Bernice, man, what's going on, man? Bernice, I'm sorry. Venus. Venus. Yeah, that's Venus. Oh, you know that name. Mr. Watson, what's going on, man? Josh, man, of course, you always rocking with us, man. 0-16, man. Of course, man, we know we got love for you. Got to change the name now, man. Maybe 0-16 no more. But yeah, these matches, man, they looking pretty decent, man. Let's see, Penn State, Arkansas.
Penn State.
Iowa. Why is Iowa playing Kentucky? But I give that to Iowa.
Of course.
What bowl are they playing in?
That's the Citrus Bowl, and Penn State and Arkansas. That's the Outback Bowl. That Ole Miss and Baylor. That was the Sugar Bowl.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, those are some good bowls. Let's see. Let me look at another matchup.
Michigan going down to Miami, man.
Miami made a bowl game. They playing Washington State. The Gator Bowl, Wake Forest and Texas A&M. That's an interesting one. I will go with.
I'm going with Wake.
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go with Texas A&M.
I was about to say Texas A&M.
Yeah,
Texas A&M. Las Vegas Bowl, Wisconsin and Arizona State.
Wisconsin.
But, hey, this is another thing though. Joshua Austin got a good question, man, because to go back to the Ole Miss thing. You know what I'm saying? My bad. Go back to the Ole Miss thing. Does Matt Corral play in this game? We know that happens.
Yeah,
right. Bowls come up.
Right.
We know that.
I think
we know how that happens.
I think he will. Just that's a big bowl game.
I don't know, man. He's a top 10 pick. He ain't got much else to prove.
That's a big bowl game. You don't, especially as a quarterback, and that can raise his draft stock even that much. That could put him in that range.
He ain't going no. He ain't making a pass. Washington and Pittsburgh. He ain't going no higher. What team is about to take him?
He's going to play.
Besides Washington or Pittsburgh.
He's going to play. Trust me, he's going to play.
Right. Talking about some raises. What? The Lions?
Yeah, Lions.
Right.
Let's see. Let's take some other ones. Let me see. Tennessee and Purdue.
Purdue.
If Joe Milton start, Purdue.
I don't think they got an answer for David Bell.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't Purdue beat a team earlier this season?
Yeah.
Beat him badly.
Bad.
Yeah.
Oh, it was that team that they got coach of the year in the Big Ten.
Listen, I was just about to put that one up. Oklahoma and Oregon.
Oklahoma. Even though they lost half their team.
Oregon
gonna win.
Oregon gonna get down. Oklahoma.
They gonna win.
Defense never shows up.
Thibodeau ain't playing.
And then, like you said, their teams is not. Both of their quarterbacks is gone.
Yeah, but their quarterback, all their receivers is gone. Their running back, they left tackle.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, what's some other good?
You think Thibs play? He ain't playing.
You don't think he don't play?
Dude got potential to be the first pick. For what?
See, this is the thing you got to realize. Those bowl games, it's a little bragging, right? But yeah, he already injured your body, man. So
they say, why risk it?
Maybe he should play.
I guess if it's not the college right now, if it ain't the college football playoff, a lot of these guys got some decisions to make. I get it.
Yeah.
I say
it happens every year.
I'll say this: if he truly just wants to be number one, I think he kind of got to play because Hutchinson is playing.
And that's exactly. There you go. He needs that national exposure because we don't get a chance to see him enough because he's in the Pac-12. Over here, we don't get a chance to see him enough. So that's a good opportunity, like you said, to raise his stock up because it puts it on a national level where we can see, what everybody's been talking about. Because, like I said, he's on that West Coast, and we really don't get to see what all the hype is about.
But see, that's the thing that a lot of these teams been facing since this college football playoff, especially with these guys that's going to go high in the draft. It's really, like I say, they don't want to risk getting hurt, and that's what I say. Matt Corral, he might play, but I wouldn't be surprised if he don't, because he's going to be the first quarterback to go off the board. He's not going to get past Washington and Pittsburgh. That's going to be in the top 10.
I think he's going to play. I believe he's going to play. But, you never know. But these are some it's gonna be a fun season. Man. I always look forward to bowl season, man. Just sit back, you know, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, just sit back and chill, watch these games. It's gonna be interesting. I like to see, and I always root for the Big Ten to come out on top. Just because we've always been, they've always been talked bad on us. If it wasn't Ohio State, then everybody else in the Big Ten is this and that. So definitely gonna look forward to that. And of course, it's great to have Michigan in a meaningful New Year's Day 6th game, and we're officially in this college football playoff, and we got a great chance to win it. Like I said, early in the season, when we discussed Michigan football, we didn't have them at this point. We would say, like, you know what, I think we're a year away. I think we got a great chance this year. And next year, I say we should be the favorites to win it next year. In my opinion.
It depends on who all leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
I'm saying on the point for them to say that we the favorites. I mean, I know what we got, but it just depends who all leave. I mean, personally, like I said about Michigan basketball, man, don't give us nothing. Don't say nothing about us. Just let us be where we at. Keep doubting us and let us keep proving y'all wrong.
Yeah, but after this year, I doubt it. We got the targets on our back now. We got the targets on our back now. So I doubt if we're gonna be able to have that underdog tail like we did this year. And just looking at what we have coming back next year, especially offensive wise, oh man, it's going to be explosive, man. I can't wait to next season for real, because it's looking mighty plentiful with the talent and the speed and the schemes that we can have next year. So definitely, we're not going to shock nobody next year. We're coming in and we're going to be that boastful Michigan brand team that we've known and have known to been in the years past, for real.
My thing is, Michigan gonna always have the dart on their back. Listen, man, and people gotta understand. I know these last 10, 15 years, right? Michigan ain't been Michigan, but listen, when you don't whooped on everybody for so long, forever, you're gonna always have that dart on your back. But like I said, don't jump on the bandwagon now. Continue to doubt us and let us continue to prove you wrong. Because like I say, even when Michigan basketball, when they get ranked high, they don't play good. But when they feel disrespected, that's when they play like dogs.
Yeah.
So,
for instance, last game they was talking about they was in the locker room saying 2%. You know what I'm saying? And they were saying 2%. So, you know what I'm saying? They hear you. They definitely hear everything the people saying in the media, all this stuff putting out there, social media. They hear everything, bro, and they use that as fuel.
Yeah, like Mike Sanderstar was saying, he posted on his Instagram. He said, "Fire Harbaugh," and he's sitting up there holding the Big Ten championship trophy. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, keep doubting them. Keep keep doing whatever they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, keep disrespecting Harbaugh. Just so, and that's why I get back to saying, how you give Mel Tucker Big Ten Coach of the Year, and he okay, yeah, he beat Michigan with some help, but when he got to Ohio State, that game was done in the first quarter. First quarter. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, keep disrespecting Harbaugh, a man who just he got $1 million bonus for that Big Ten championship win, and he giving that all back to the athletic department for people, who was short on COVID. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't yeah, like
And also,
like I said,
we got to factor in, like I said, I think we're going to be in a good position because of this coaching carousel thing we got going on. It's going to be a lot of transfers going around, man, with this.
Clemson just lost their defensive coordinator to Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Then Oregon, they lost their coach to Miami. That's crazy. So all these teams that's kind of sitting there high, in these recruits. You're gonna see a lot of these recruits decommit. The early signing season is right around the corner.
Now this comment right here, because I know with that Ewers thing, you know, a lot of it had him
going to Texas, man.
One of them Texas teams.
Yeah, he going on
Texas. But yeah, that would be, you know, impressive if Brian Kelly can get him over there in LSU.
But he don't need to go to LSU. LSU got a 5-star quarterback coming in. They don't need Ewers over there.
Yeah.
He going to Texas anyway. He's gonna be in one of those Texas schools. He got a visit to Texas Tech, and I don't think he's gonna choose them.
I believe
Texas or Texas A&M.
I think it's gonna be Texas. Texas A&M got more to offer than Texas right now.
But see, the only thing with Texas A&M, I mean, they got a quarterback. I mean, if he didn't get hurt, you know what I'm saying, he would have been playing. I forgot his name, but I just think he's gonna go to Texas. I mean, everything lines up for him, man. I mean they were struggling with quarterback.
After what Texas A&M did to Alabama this year, that would kind of be like, if you was recruiting, you'd be like, listen, we beating the Alabamas of the SEC, man. If you come in, you know what I'm saying, we ain't got to worry about it. We give you another $1 million. You just say it's NIL.
Yeah, we also wasn't able to protect one of our quarterbacks who was out for the season too.
So you come on there, we we ride that train. You know, we'll say that, you know, yeah, you gotta, you know, we give you $2 million.
Yeah,
these fellas is making money, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, the man made $3 million and took 2 snaps.
And didn't even pinch the field, man. That's crazy.
He took 2 snaps and made $3 million.
Ooh. That's something else. So, man, let's if you guys got questions, man, go ahead and leave some questions for us that we can answer, man. Once again, also, I want to make sure that we know while we're in discussion, make sure we still give a shout out to our sponsor, Culture Detroit, man, for all your exclusive sneaker wear. Like I said, once again, they're located down at the Avenue of Fashion down there on Livernois. Address is 19327 Livernois. Get down there, tell them We Three Kings sent you. They hook you up. Those are our family. Those are brothers, man. They got some real good deals going on. So definitely want to check them out.
Yeah, most definitely get down there to Culture Detroit, man. They doing it for us, man.
Yes, it is for the culture, for real.
Yeah, man. Most definitely get down there, man. Check out our family, man. You know, they are official sponsors here. Whatever shoe you need, man, they got it, man.
Indeed.
Listen, Nomis. Michigan winning it all. You will see me popping a bottle of Bear Blue on the live with you. I'm telling you.
Not only pop, we're gonna be popping. We're gonna be drinking. It's gonna be a party, man. We're gonna party. Hey, listen, they winning, we partying.
Yeah. Right.
I think I've already put in for me to be off the next day of work. So I plan on partying all night. I don't plan on working the next day. So I believe I already put in for that request. So yeah, if they win it, we're gonna party in, and if they don't win it, somebody might get fired on.
I think this is a good time to switch right here off of this question. Y'all ready?
Oh yeah, because it is that time, man. Of course. Oh.
Hey, I know. I saw Joshua Austin when you asked, did we have some Killian cards? You know what I'm saying? We got those on deck too, man. Rookie cards. We got those on deck too, man. And listen, when I tell you that 500, it's gonna be special, man. Look at that. It's an autograph jersey patch with basketball skin in there. Come on, man. Something like that'll be in that 500, man.
Indeed. King, man, what's up with the Pistons, man? What's going on?
All right, man. All right, man. So, we first and foremost got to talk about Mr. Number One himself, Cade Cunningham, bro. Cade Cunningham continuing to go up the Rookie of the Year rankings, and is definitely deserving of it. Like I said, before we get into these next 4 games, let's just step back 2 games. These last 2 games have been amazing for Cade Cunningham. Even though the results are losses, they've been amazing. I would say the backcourt has been pretty good. For what it's worth, to have Cade knocking down these shots, man. like I said, turnovers, that'll come as his career progresses. He'll be able to get that under control. But his scoring and knocking down shots, that's what we wanted to see. And that's where we knew we were heading. Even though when he was struggling, we knew it would come, man. And it's coming in a hell of a way for him. It just looks so much pure and clean. But the most important part is he's taking better shots. They're comfortable. He looks more composed on the offensive end. Like I said, the thing with Cade Cunningham, man, like I said, his development this season is really the driving force to everything that the Pistons is going to do in the future. You know what I'm saying? Cade Cunningham is the face of the Pistons. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's up to him. You know what I'm saying? As far as where we going to point the direction of this franchise, it's good to see other guys step up to. Isaiah Stewart over the last 2 games, able to, put some points on the board, 2 double-doubles back-to-back, his first 2 of the season. Shot the ball very well last game. Was 6 for 7 from the floor, shot he stretched the floor, which is the most important part on the offense, because if he's going to be out there, he has to be a threat, and they totally disrespected him. So
yes, indeed. And also listen, Cade, he's been rocking this week, but hey, listen, we gotta give a shout out to Jeremy Grant, man.
Yeah.
That man balled this week. Yeah. He balled this week for real.
Hey, I want to go back to this real quick. Hey, Patty Grimes, you're asking where you can get some Cades from. You can get them here for free. Listen, we do giveaways. We do giveaways. All you got to do, like I said, we catching up from the raffle that we have and then the giveaways that we had before. Listen, we give this stuff away for free. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we say like, share, and subscribe. When we get to 500 subscribers, we giving this stuff away.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. I wanted to get back to his question.
Even with that said, while Willie is finished talking, pull up that record for Cade, Big A, if you still got it available.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. He's on the pace, man, for real. And this is what, honestly, with us drafting him first, is what I think he's starting to exceed our expectations. I know he's exceeding mine.
Yeah.
And this should officially end the whole Jalen Green, Cade Cunningham debate that was going on for it. As you can see, the type of player that he is. And like you said, we need to build around him.
Yeah.
For sure, Cade. Definitely build around him, because his skill set is something that it allows others to be able to be productive as well. And like I said, I was making a point about Jeremy Grant, because he's been holding it down, man, on the offensive end. He's definitely been holding it down. With the games that he had the last couple of days, and then with Killian, he's coming along, as well with that backcourt. Hopefully they're going to start meshing and things. Like I said, Isaiah Stewart, he's been productive. We just got to get Sadiq's shot to start falling.
Got to get his shot. It's not, and you know what? And it's not only his shot. We got to get him out of his own head. He's passing up on open 3-pointers just to shoot vertical shots, bro. Got to get out of his own head.
And yes, once we can get him back on track, I can see Pistons going on a run.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it right here, King. Now, this is what I want to, listen. I know y'all, a lot of people are like, oh, y'all hating on Jalen Green. Listen, when we was talking about Cade, it's because we understood, for one, the level of maturity right away. Right away. I mean, this man became a vegan to better his body. You know what I'm saying? That's your level of thinking and maturity got to be at such a high level as a young man getting all this money to say, hey man, I need to eat different so my body can be ready for this game. But the record that King is talking about is Cade Cunningham is the 7th player to achieve this: 240 points, 100 rebounds, 7 assists, 20 steals, and 10 blocks through 17 games. Only 7 players achieved this. I'm gonna get this first one out of the way because this ain't a good example. Ben Simmons is on this list. I'm getting him out of the way. Let me get him out of the way. Let me get him out of the way. Alvin Adams, Julius Erving, Magic Johnson, LeBron James, and Larry Bird. Do you hear that list?
Legends.
Just thinking about the type of players that is.
Yeah.
You got to.
And like I said, the type of players that they is, those are some legends. Those are some natural leaders.
Yeah.
Some natural.
Through 17 games, he entered. He's the only seventh. He's the seventh player with those type of stats.
Well, you look at it, it speaks to the type of player he is, just naming those
right.
Because simple, not just for the leadership standpoint, but the difference between him and Jalen Green is the fact that K is a Swiss Army knife. He does multiple things. Those players do multiple things besides just score. You see what I'm saying? He's going to rebound the ball. He's going to assist the ball. You know what I'm saying? So he literally is a Swiss Army knife on the offensive end, man. He is. So
all right. And listen, this is what we got. We got to understand this. Listen to the names that's on that list, right? Like I said, we get Ben Simmons out of the way. Alvin Adams, I'm not really sure who that is. You know, I'll look that up. But the rest of those guys are Hall of Famers, and LeBron is a future Hall of Famer. First ballots. And listen, MJ not on that list. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar not on that list. There's only 7 players. And listen, let's understand how dominant Kareem was coming out of college. And we talk about Michael Jordan here. Hakeem Olajuwon not on that list. I mean, there's players that we can go. So listen, oh man.
Yeah, like I said, it's based on the type of player. For instance, Kareem, skyhook, score points, rebound the ball, but he's not a guy that's going to get a bunch of assists. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan is going to score the ball. He's not going to get a ton of assists. You know what I'm saying? So
and like I said, they coming in as rookies, that's a definitely good feat, and that's definitely great.
That is incredible, man. Like I say, let's take away the last 2 guys, Alvin Adams and Ben Simmons. I'll look up Alvin Adams in a minute. But we talking LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Julius Erving.
Yeah, no mistake. That's not happening. That was ain't no way, boy.
I'm telling you, man.
They asked for it though, and that's crazy.
Yeah, and they asked for Grant too. I'm like, wait a minute now. We need offensive production, and we're gonna get somebody that's gonna pass up a layup. Nah, we good, man. Let that brother get his marbles together and start shooting the ball. He's doing this. Ben Simmons is doing this to himself. Let's be clear. Nobody has wronged Ben Simmons. Nobody has, made Ben Simmons not feel like he's wanted. Ben Simmons is being told, listen, you got to improve your shot. You got to shoot more. You are a leader of this team. We expect you to do more. And instead of him going in and perfecting his craft, he's trying to pout and cry and kick and scream his way about it because he's trying to go behind some of these other stars like Harding and try to get their way out of a situation that he's created. He created that situation in Philadelphia, to which all they're doing is asking him, listen, we just need you to be more productive. We're paying you $180 million over the next 2 to 3 years. We need to get something out of our investment because you're that good. It's not like Ben Simmons is not good. He's actually got the potential to be one of the greats. But him being one of the greats means, listen, I got to work on my shot. I got to work on these free throws. And he's not taking that route. That's not the type of guy I want on my team. And I think that's why he's having trouble with getting him traded away, because guys are like, I don't want no guy on my team that's supposed to be one of the best players on the team, and we can't rely on him because he gets in his feelings. He's getting in his light skin mode because people is telling him you got to do better.
Man, mentality plays a part in everything. Like I said, in order to be great, you have to have a greatness mentality, and that's just what he doesn't have. You don't want to, like I said, the Pistons don't want. You're not about to get Cade nor Jeremy Grant. You're not about to send us your broke players because
he's been catered to his whole life, and you can tell right now.
Like I said, you know what we 5-6 years in with this dude. You know what I'm saying? He's still struggling with the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to look at it, man. With Jeremy Grant, you know, being on one of the better contracts to have on your team right now, scores the basketball well, plays defense, does everything we need. Why take Ben Simmons just because of his name? You know what I'm saying? Scared to shoot the basketball.
And that contract.
Yeah, the contract that's the main part. It's like, why? For what? What would we do that for? It just wouldn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
So I looked at that Alvin Adams guy. He's actually second leading scorer of all time in Phoenix Suns history. He was the fourth pick in the 1975 draft. He won Rookie of the Year. He was NBA first All Rookie first team. He's an All Star. I mean, he scored 13,000, almost 14,000 points. So, I mean, that's some good company to be in, man.
Most definitely, it most definitely is.
And then at the same time, when you look at it with K, man, you was mentioning that Jeremy Grant was playing well. Well, our backcourt got a lot to do with that because they've been finding Jeremy Grant like crazy. For instance, you know, me and A was talking about that one play where Killian drove on like 4 dudes and still found this dude in the corner. You know what I'm saying? So it was one where K, you know, damn near threw a pass full court to Jeremy Grant, man. So like I said, they're finding Jeremy Grant, but it helps Jeremy Grant not getting his own way. Because when Jeremy Grant's just standing around at the top of the key and he's trying to make some type of dribble move and shoot up some type of wild shot, it's not good for anybody. You know what I'm saying? When you find him in right spots where he's open, he's going to knock that down.
And if he gets on that roll, he has that ability to get his own shot too.
Yeah.
When he gets on that roll. And that's what it was showing these last couple of games. You know, he had some high score games. And like I said, these games that they have been losing has been close. And you see the point differential, how close it is. Like I said, once we can get Sadiq Bey out of his head and get him back on track, these are some winnable games, you know. Yeah. And I believe hopefully going into this, you know, this next series, OKC could be a good game for him to finally snap and get back rolling and stay consistent. I can see the Pistons going on you know, getting some better outcomes with their, you know, with these games.
It gives them an opportunity to work on one thing that they've been having a problem with too, and that's playing all 4 quarters.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Just the last game, they played 3 great quarters. You know what I'm saying? But in the 4th quarter, they let it slip. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, and at the same time, it's a learning experience for guys like Cade too, man, because he's had some critical turnovers in those 4th quarters. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it gives them an opportunity to get used to finishing out these basketball games. Because you look at the next 4 games, for instance, the next 4 games, first, obviously, we got OKC. OKC is doing their best job to get that pick. But
and then, you know, OKC got all the draft picks.
Yeah, all the man.
And they'll never do anything with them.
Nothing with them. Nothing
all
with
the draft picks in the world.
So you got the Thunder, you got the Wizards, you got the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying? All 3 of those games, you got an opportunity to try to go out and get some wins, man. Get yourself a streak.
Hey, listen, the Wizards is an improved team, man. They've been balling this year, for real.
They have been balling. They actually have been balling. But like I said, when you look at those threes compared to the next 3 teams after that, that's the easier side of the next 6 games, because 3 games after that, you got the Nets, the Bulls, and the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? It get right back into the toughness of the schedule.
Playoff teams,
so, yeah, man. So, like I said, it's they got to take opportunities when they get these little spurts in the first half of the season against easier teams. You know what I'm saying? Because our schedule is not going to relieve any until the second half of the season.
Yeah.
So you got to try to get, take what you can get, man. Take what you can get and learn from it. Give some confidence to you young guys, especially Sadiq Bey. But like I said, they got to coach him up and get him out of his own head. He has all the sophomore slump symptoms right now, which is overthinking too much. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you worked on this over the summer. Yes, you worked on getting to the basket or shooting mid-range shots or making moves. But the thing with Sadiq Bey is he doesn't know when and when not to do these things. And it's hurting him right now. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, at that 3-point line, you wide open. Shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? Instead, you taking it, then doing a step back and taking a bad shot. That's not going to help. You know what I'm saying? So, coach got to coach him up and say, hey, man, look, you had a shot. You were wide open right here. You got to take that shot. When we give you the ball, that's up to Cade and Killian, too. They got to tell them, hey, when we pass you and find you the ball, shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Jay, shoot it. Yeah, so yeah, most definitely. So what you guys, like I said, you guys, leave some comments and some questions, man. What you guys thinking that, going into this week or the next couple of weeks, what the Pistons should be working on and improving on, what you guys expecting to see from the Pistons going forward. Like I said, we all in agreement here that, the key piece right now, I think, for us to get over that hump and get going is getting Sadiq Bey back active again. And also still working on the bench rotation. Bench still up and down, but, we've been dealing with injuries and with the starting lineup and the bench, I can't wait for my guy to get back, man.
Well, it's December, so he'll be back soon.
Kelly, man, I need my guy back, man. That was my guy,
I'm tired of Lyles chucking up all the threes, man.
Yeah, but definitely, like I said, because he was, before he got hurt, the most consistent Piston that we had at the time. So definitely, it'll be a plus when he gets back.
With some of these guys getting themselves into a rhythm, man, it's just gonna make it even better when he come back. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make it even better. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not a fan of Trey Lyles is good for what it's worth at times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But him, sometimes he gets a little too happy chucking up them threes, man. And I wish he would use his body a little bit more around the basket, because like I say, he got the size. He's thick, stocky dude, man. Put that weight on somebody, do something with it.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? But
King, what you think about Nomis J just asked, Pistons need to find a cheap big man over the next 2 weeks.
That ain't gonna happen.
Not cheap. I mean, if it's cheap, I don't think they're going to be any good.
Your best chance is to go after, if you decide to go after Bagley, he's not going to cost you a lot. So, like I said, that's your best option if you're the Pistons, you want to stay young with it. But you can, like I said, going to get a veteran, you can make a basic trade and just go get a veteran, somebody who can rebound and block shots. You know what I'm saying? That's not like that's the hardest thing in the world to find right now. But I just think once we get past December 15th, if you want to make a trade, I think that Marvin Bagley situation.
We could go over there and get Tristan Thompson, because he said he retiring after this year, so he can dust off his third.
We should have kept Christian Woods. That's what we should have. Can you imagine this team with Christian Woods, man?
Christian Wood. I like him.
Or I don't think that's gonna happen again. So it won't come cheap. You bring your boy back.
Oh,
Drummond.
Oh, they ain't giving him up. Because like I said, Embiid don't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna trade him.
Well, he only signed 1 year, right?
Yeah,
and it ain't for nothing. It ain't no money either. But
but they're not about to give him up. Not at all.
Listen,
I'm looking forward to, man. I hope Isaiah Livers do come in handy, man.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that he can get in and get into this rotation, man. For real.
Man, he need to stop chucking up threes in the G League.
That was that part of his bread and butter too. Was his shooting. So
which we all know that's gonna come too for him.
Yeah, for sure.
So what I'm saying, it is what it is.
Yeah. Bo is not gonna come at cheap, and he's not really that big man. Now he's one of them 7'5" point guards. He want to dribble the rock and shoot outside the paint. So he wouldn't be a factor that we need right now. And plus, he wouldn't come at cheap either.
Yeah, and like I said with the Pistons, I just. We want to see them just go get a big man so we can win some games, win. I don't think they're just in that type of mode right now where they're just trying to go do something drastic to win a bunch of games.
Unless they start going on a winning streak, like I said, going into the All-Star break.
Yeah, they make a move. It's going to be something.
If they're at the point to where they're like really like outside the playoffs or in that playing position, I believe they will make a move to try to get that big man, but I think it's contingent upon where they're at that All-Star break, whether they feel that they need to make that move or still work on, this young roster and work towards the draft.
Yeah, it's based off of Dwayne Casey's responses in some of these press conferences lately, man. I just don't get that vibe from them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, listen, that's what I was about to say too. Listen, I know people don't want to hear this, or whatever. This is a development year, man. Like, it ain't gonna be nothing drastic. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just developing these guys.
Yeah, of course they definitely we still know it's the best because it's a young squad. Like I said, for me, I still had expectations that they'll be either in like that last seed in the playoffs or right outside of the playoffs if the development goes right. Like I said, with the way Cade has been playing, I can see that. The way that Jeremy Grant's been playing, if we get Steve back, I can see them being like right on the outside. Because if you look at who's at the bottom of the East, the Pistons can catch some guys, but it's still gonna be because even if we already get to the playoffs, of course we probably get bounced the first round, but it's a next step type of thing, knowing that these guys are getting better, have gotten better over this year. And like I said, I believe that All-Star break is the focal point on whether or not we make some moves to try to get better, or we'd like I said just continue on with what the guys that we have. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think guards, like Nomas J saying, guards, I believe this opportunity is going to come. He's had some opportunities already, so I think that's going to come too. With these young guys.
So another thing that we need to discuss, man, is the bench, the situation with the bench, man. Because for instance, you got right now, Diallo has played his way into the rotation, but you got guys like Josh Jackson that's not getting that many minutes now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a jam there because you think about it, man. When Livers do come, when he does get ready, when he's ready to come, somebody got to move. And who's going to move?
That's on Josh Jackson, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because Josh Jackson has gotten the most opportunity, I believe, out of anybody on the bench outside of Corey Joseph.
Yeah.
And for me, he's a disappointment to me because I had him as like a 6th man of the year candidate because the skill set that he has, I can see that, but he's just not consistent of it. And I don't know what could trigger him to flip that switch to being the player that you see the potential, and it's just like where it go. It's just not there all the time.
I think. Go ahead, Eric. Hey.
No, I was gonna say Josh Jackson had his opportunities. Diallo came and took all the minutes. He ain't got nobody to blame but him.
Exactly. I was just saying the same thing, Big A. Like, actually, I would even say Frank Jackson, I believe, took Josh Jackson minutes. If you think about it.
Yeah.
And he's been, and honestly, I think he's been the past week or so has been the most consistent coming off the bench.
Yeah, well, we already knew that eventually he was going to shoot himself back into
his back in. Diallo, being a young guy, he's starting to play himself into rotation. But that's what you expect when from the bench. You expected it to be competitive on that end, to where a guy said, "Listen, if you ain't gonna use your time wisely, let's get somebody in there that will."
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing, I believe, for the Pistons to have that bench because, like I said, they're not playing for this year; they're playing for next year.
Yeah,
in my opinion, they're playing for next year. And if Josh Jackson don't take advantage of this opportunity, I don't believe he's going to be in the league come next year because, from where he was drafted to where he's going and to where he's at now, it's on him, in my opinion.
I would say this with Josh. With Josh, lately over the last week, he hasn't been getting the opportunity because he had a couple of he strung together about 2 or 3 games where he just wasn't playing that well.
Yeah.
But for majority of the first part of the season so far, he was actually playing well. You know what I'm saying? So I think this thing is going to seesaw back and forth a little bit. And then another thing, in order for Josh to play better, in order for Hamidou to play even better, I just feel like, the Pistons need better point guard play off the bench. They just do. They need better point guard play off the bench. They need somebody to set these dudes up for success. And, like I said, your homeboy, he just ain't no setup guy. He ain't no threat. He ain't no pick and roll guy. And so it's like you basically got these dudes out here just trying to constantly create for themselves. So it's like I said, it's not leading to success for them.
But to jump in on that, King, we also got to understand that not even just point guard play, nobody has been consistent enough to where you can set somebody up. Because if you set somebody up and they're not knocking down the shots, it's kind of hard for for me, in my opinion, for us to even say, okay, the point guard not setting them up when a lot of these guys are spot up shooters. Frank Jackson, Trey Lyles, these guys was brought in for us to kick it to you and you make the shot.
But for Diallo and Josh, that ain't what those dudes are. Neither one of them, they're shooters. You got to set them up cutting through screens to stuff like that. That is their success. Right. Diallo is an at the basket guy. So if you don't have a guy out there that's catching him, cutting to the basket, tossing him alley-oops, it's going to be bad, bro.
And that's the thing I was going to say about Josh Jackson is the fact of the matter is he's the one that's supposed to be able to create his own shot.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Because you see the type of player he is, he can get to the basket, he can shoot, step back, hit the shot. That's his game. That's why I had him as the 6 man, because we needed somebody to come off the bench that can create their own when we have stretches to where we need somebody that we can just throw the ball to and let them go to work. Right. I believe that was supposed to be Josh Jackson's role coming off the bench.
Right.
And he hasn't performed to what I believe he has the ability to perform.
Yeah.
And then it switched over to where you brought Frank Jackson in. Well, all you got to do is just kick it to him, let him shoot, and he's dropping down the shot.
Right.
So
my only gripe with Jackson, Jackson does knock down the shots, but you take another hit because you already got a hit at point guard defensively. You take another hit defensively when he's in the game too.
Yeah.
Because he's not a defender. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like I said, that's a we'll see how that situation go on.
Right. So I want to jump on this because Josh also saying there's going to be opportunity in free agent next year. My question is, and it's just a hypothetical question, with us going into free agency, are we looking for bench help, or will we be looking to improve that starting lineup in the free agency market? Because I believe we're going to have some cap room going into free agency this year. Ain't that right, King?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We definitely going to have some cap space.
So do we make a move to go after somebody that can come in and
depend on what's available? It depends on what's available. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, with Troy Weaver ain't going this, even though we're going to have that space, I still don't think he's going to go out and try to get, somebody super crazy in this draft. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just going to feel and try to plug up some of the holes that we do have. And namely, big man is one of the options that I think he's going to pay attention to because, whether it be, somebody got to go to the bench, somebody just going to have to go to the bench. You know what I'm saying? It's not with any one of them guys going to the bench, it's not going to hurt us. It's only going to improve.
The thing is, and that was the point I was trying to make to you guys last week when I was saying about those rotations. I wasn't saying get rid of them. I was saying it wouldn't hurt because any one of them guys coming off the bench would definitely be an improvement. So if we have an opportunity, like I said, with the cap space that we have going into free agency plus the draft that we got opportunities there. And like I said, I think it just depends on out of those guys in that start lineup outside of Cunningham and I believe Jeremy Grant. If they get consistent enough, it'll be hard for them to say, we could just go after some better role players and leave that start lineup alone. But if it hasn't been shown that, but I don't even say that because we need a big man. Like I said, we're gonna need that big man that can, Isaac Stewart can score, but we need somebody like a big man that can create on his own too.
I think Sadiq is the one that's gonna suffer if they do something like that. Somebody go to the bench.
Whoa, you think so?
Yeah, because the reason why, for instance, it depends on how long this sophomore slump lasts. That's why I said the only reason I said that is, okay, for instance, say if he continues to slump throughout the year, we keep having these type of situations where, he just can't get out of his own way. We bring in another big man into the rotation. Isaiah Stewart continues to space the floor, shoot the 15 to 18 footer, and gets better at that. So, like I said, it's between those guys, between Stu and it's between Sadiq. And like I said, or it could possibly be Killian. It could possibly be Killian. It's if you're comfortable enough.
That was my hypothetical last week, guys. You guys jumped up, and I was saying, I didn't say it had to be all three. That's why I was trying to make the point last week. It wasn't that I was saying all three were, need to go to the bench, but I was saying it could be, any one of the three. If we had an opportunity to.
But you got to remember, though, we were saying that you would have to bring in some superstar or somebody really, not for these guys that's on the bench now, bro.
That's what
we were saying. You were saying that if Corey Joseph or Frank Jackson.
No, I was saying that we had an opportunity, and that's I think where y'all missed it at. If we had an opportunity to bring, I was saying if we had an opportunity to bring somebody in. That was my point last week. I was saying bringing somebody in because I was thinking about we're going to have the cap space. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have an opportunity to sign somebody, to some major figures. And that's why I said I wasn't saying replace them with somebody coming off the bench. Of course not. That's asinine. I was saying if we had an opportunity to bring somebody in, I was saying only the two spots with Cade, to me, with Cade and Jeremy is the two that I feel that was solidified. The other three, if we had an opportunity, not all three, just maybe one of the three to move it around, we should take that chance.
And then, like I said, with the Pistons, it depends also on the development. With say for instance, if we say something like Killian goes to the bench, you got to be totally comfortable with Cade handling the ball majority of the time right now. Because right now, it's a turnover. He's a turnover machine right now. So
that's the first, rookie roles, of course.
So it's his progression plays a part in it too, throughout the season, because as he progressed throughout the season, just being the smart player that he is, like I said, I got faith that he'll get that at least a little bit under control. Usually it take a couple of seasons for guys to get that together, to be honest. Yeah. But if it's to a point where it's hurting the team and things like that, then that changes the situation.
And I believe what it is, he just got to get adjusted to the speed of the game.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
is. He's not realizing that these guys are professional. Yeah. And he's just like a quarterback in the NFL. They got to get adjusted to the speed of the game. You can't just sit back and stare down a receiver like you could in college, or just throw it and not get it out there. These guys is going to be on these balls, so he's going to make that adjustment. I think that's going to prove throughout this season. He's going to get adjusted to the speed of the game, and I can see that. You see the production that he's going to right now, and hopefully he just gets better from that.
And I haven't forgot about Thomas Bryant either, man. Like I said, just got to see how he does. Like I say, he's coming off an atrocious injury, so just got to see him play on it before you even think to consider that. To me, Miles Turner is still my guy. You know what I'm saying? I still want Miles Turner, but we'll see, man. We'll see what Troy Weaver decide to do, because, like I said, it's gonna be some options to bring some bigger bodies in here. Like I said, it's gonna take some time for guys like Luka Garza to develop, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, he doesn't have the feet. He's not going to be a starter in this league. He's going to be a backup center. He doesn't have it physically. You know what I'm saying? Physically, he doesn't have it, man. He doesn't have the athleticism to deal with starting centers in this league. So, like I said, that we'll see what he decides to do in order to bring another big guy in here that can rebound and block shots.
We need to get Enes Kanter Freedom in here.
Oh God. Hey, I seen the food change. Good Lord.
Oh yes indeed. So most definitely, listen, fellas, I don't know if things come to us that time, man. Towards that time, man. Let's get some final comments in, man. This past weekend, listen, it's a great Michigan sports weekend. We had a great weekend, and we still celebrating. I know I'm celebrating. King celebrating. The game celebrating. So let's get some little final thoughts in, real quick.
Clemson just got hit with some transfer portals.
Well, that was
that coach leaving.
The defensive guard, yeah. Well, the ball's about to start rolling with these transfers. You already see it coming, man. So, King, man, what you got? Some final thoughts, man? You got some things you want to get off your chest? You want to say?
Man. We got a little bit to wait, man, for the playoffs. So, in the meantime, just gonna focus on these young fellas, man. Focus on these Pistons. you know, I kind of wanted to talk Michigan basketball, but I'm kind of disappointed right now with certain
I stayed
people.
away from that. I stayed away from it.
Certain people.
I stayed away from it. Maybe next week. Maybe next week.
Right.
But I agree. I stayed away from that one.
But
Well, you know what I said, King. Listen, don't rank them. Leave them. That's when they play better.
yeah, right.
But
So
they about to be unranked. They about to be unranked.
they definitely are. Definitely are.
We'll get back into that, upcoming.
Yeah.
I will say this though, King. Like I said, because we're gonna have some breaks, going on. With Michigan football not playing for the next couple of weeks, so we're more likely gonna be changing up a little bit of topics and bringing some other type of topics to discuss outside of sports these next upcoming weeks, and more likely bringing like a hot topic outside of sports. We usually do it on Fridays, but because we're not gonna be able to talk too much Michigan football, I believe that's something that we're gonna be looking forward to. So I'm asking you guys in the comments. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on all social media. Like, subscribe, share, leave us comments, leave us questions, leave us information, some things that we can discuss, some things that we can talk about. Let's get on here and let's chop it up.
How many people in the comment section? How many of y'all are parents in here? Put a 7 in the comments if you're a parent.
I think we all parents in there. We was me and Big A. We was having a little conversation yesterday, and I had to recant my statement because we was talking about the whole buying the kitchen set for the young boy, and I was saying like I never really know nobody, no young boy that just say, "Well, I want a kitchen set" type of deal because it was always something cooler. Yeah. And my daughter, she had to go ahead and remind me. We driving down the road. She had to remind me, you bought your nephew a kitchen set. I'm like, oh, I did buy him a kitchen set. And I had to go all the way across town to find this kitchen. Now it was a sweet kitchen set too. I'm like, I liked it myself. So I had to recant my statement because I'm thinking like, the whole thing about it being like buying a kitchen set for the boys to set them up to being like, like game thing like that. I'm like, no, that's not it. I just felt that as a boy, when you, at that age, when you're younger, it was just cooler options than a kitchen set,
Yeah.
So we talked about that, but that's something we can discuss about what you guys feel about that as well, and other topics as well. Like like I said, with us having kids, we all part of that FTK game.
Listen, the wife gave me a topic earlier when we were coming home from church, and we was just talking. She was talking about how the dynamic flipped from the woman being the cook to the man being the cook. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. And also, this one we still gonna have to drop that one too. That one, was a great topic. We still got to finish that one off. So we want you guys to make sure y'all go ahead, DM us, like, subscribe, give us some comments. We're on YouTube as well. Leave us the comments of things that you guys feel like we want to talk about. Like I said, I know you guys got kids. They're married men in this environment too. So we all going through and have ideas and talk about the same things going on with relationships. With our kids. Like I said, we all a part of that FTK game. Y'all know what that is. That's that fuck them kids. You love them. You love them. We all love them. I do everything for them. Do anything for them, protecting them. But you already know when them kids gets on your nerves, it's FTK time for real.
A bunch of custers.
Right. For sure. But we thank you guys once again for coming out, man. Big A, man. You got something you want to say?
No, man. Like I say, continue to disrespect Michigan. We love it. We listen. This is a great one right here. Y'all know I like coming with my stats, right? So, and this one is perfect for little brother, right? Because for some reason they just swear they're our rivals, right? And even to our rivals, like I say, right? I think a lot of people is getting skewed by these last 15 years, right? And they don't realize how dominant Michigan has been in the Big Ten, right? So we're gonna start off with Big Ten titles, right? And I'm gonna start off from the bottom of the list. Then we're gonna work our way to the top. All right. This is right before we go. I just found this, right? Indiana, 2 Big Ten titles. Their last one was 1967. I wasn't even born yet. Penn State. The great program they love to say Penn State is. 4 Big Ten titles. Their last one was 2016. Then we go to Purdue.
Purdue.
8 Big Ten titles. Their last one was 2000. They had to share that with somebody, and that's the next team up, Northwestern. With 8. The last one was 2000. Then here we go to that old raggedy school up there in East Lansing. The Wood Shack. 9 Big Ten titles. Last one was 2015. Do you hear me? 9. I still got quite a few schools to go left. The next one, Iowa. 11 Big Ten titles. Their last one was 2004. Then we go to Wisconsin. 14 Big Ten titles. Their last one was 2012. Now we're going to Illinois.
Well, it's about damn time.
Hold on. Illinois.
Really?
They got 15 Big Ten titles. Now, mind you, that raggedy wood shack up there got 9. Illinois 15. Their last one was 2001.
Here we go.
Minnesota. You know what?
Come on with it, Big A. Come on, man.
Minnesota got 18. Their last one was 1967.
Ooh,
now, we got 2 schools left. And Minnesota, last one was 18. 2 schools left. The world famous Ohio State Buckeyes.
Give it to them.
40. 40.
That's a big number.
So we jumped from 18 to 40.
That's a big number, man. That's a big number.
Their last one was 2020.
Of course.
Do you understand?
Probably the year before that.
I still haven't said the University of Michigan.
That team from Ohio.
43. Our last one was 2021. Check my fiveness, man.
Oh, man. And on that note,
listen, hold on. 43 to 9. How are you a rival? Stay in your place.
On crib.
You'll find this. All right. Listen, man, we want to get out of here, man. Listen, guys, go ahead and enjoy your families, man. Enjoy the night, man. We appreciate you guys for coming out, man. Enjoying this time with us, man. Talking this talk, man. We're gonna see you guys next week. We 3 Kings out, man.
Peace.
God bless week, man.